finals week! Woo! Nothing says Happy New Year like conjugating verbs and the economy. Now, in years past, I've had upwards of 8 finals, but this year I only have 2 in macroeconomics and Latin. My worst classes. More realistically, I have a low A in Latin and a high B in macro, so I'm really teetering on the edge of that grade, but in this household, and 6 years ago in my prepubescent 6th grade mind, a B means you flunked the class. But baby, it's not 6th grade anymore, it's senior year, and you know, us seniors, class of 2021, we're graduating in the middle of a virus. You know, that virus. Senioritis. God, that joke sucked. This can't be the same brain that was doing 3 2-hour-long finals every single day of finals week. It can't be the same brain. Where'd she go? Did she flake on me? Did she go on vacation? Like, she really said, "We'll see ya." Now, Latin I'm not as worried about because I've been in it for 5.5 years, and it just so happens that it's a little bit harder to learn an ancient dead language when you're only in school 2 times a week. But macro's a different story. Fun fact, when I was younger, I just didn't think the economy existed at all. I just thought it was some big lie that parents told their kids to scare them about growing up, or like, oh, you'll have to do your taxes. Ooh. I thought money was made up. I didn't think supply and demand was a real thing. I didn't understand why people wanted to buy things when the price was lower. Oh, because it was cheaper. I don't know, just didn't. The puzzle pieces didn't connect in my brain when I was younger. I mean, it probably makes sense because I obviously didn't understand the economy then, and I still don't now. I still don't know why the inflation rate goes up and then the graph goes like that, but I don't know. I guess younger me just thought, oh, I don't understand it, guess it doesn't exist. And she might be onto something if you think about it really hard. Seriously, when I was younger, I just chose not to believe in the economy, like it was a religion or something. I was pretty much an atheist, but for economics. But like I said, younger me might have been onto something. I mean, really, if you think about it, the economy could just be some big, elaborate scheme, some government ploy, some conspiracy that's going on right under our noses. Like my friend, he turned 18 a couple weeks ago, and he invested in the stock market. He's brainwashed. If I end up on some government watch list and disappear without a trace, you'll know why. When I got a $20 bill, I nearly peed my pants because I thought it could buy me 10 candy bars and 3 houses. But I also just didn't think it existed. I don't know why. To me, I just didn't understand why this specific green piece of paper with the number 20 on it could buy me something, but then my Monopoly money couldn't. I just didn't understand it, so I just chose not to believe it existed. Like, when someone gave me money, I was like, oh, cool, yeah, I'll buy whatever. But I don't know. I guess it was just some separate being that was too complex for me to understand. I don't know if this is something that every single kid goes through. Like, you know how all kids believe in Santa at some point? Maybe the economy was like the next step up. Like, oh, you find out Santa doesn't exist. Now, does the economy exist? Like, is it Santa, economy, and then something else that I just haven't reached yet? This was my ideology when I was a young lass. This was the picture that floated around in my head 25-8. This was all I thought about. Now, this represents a couple things. Now, the money, the dollar sign, it represents the economy. Like I said, no, economy doesn't exist. I don't think it exists. I don't want it to exist, so it doesn't exist. But the dollar sign also represents currency. Like I said, didn't think money, currency existed. So dollars, yens, euros, pesos, Australian dollars, no. Doesn't exist. I don't want it to exist. I don't understand it. It doesn't exist. Not in my world. Not in Maddie land. Out of context, this looks insanely anti-capitalist. Now, I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything. This is not a political show. Needless to say, yes, AP Macroeconomics is my lowest scoring grade in the gradebook right now. Couldn't tell you why. I don't know, I'm just still in disbelief at the fact that while the national capital was being breached and raided, I was studying the stock market and learning about perfect passive subjunctive verbs in Latin. I don't know, kinda crazy to me. Also, if you were at the Capitol that day, because, you know, this video will absolutely reach you, I don't know, get a life. Maybe get a job. Oh. Ugh. Maybe not that second part. A huge event that will no doubt go down in American history was going on at the national capitol while I was, in my room reading about the money market? Like, is this some kind of joke? This was not worth the joke. I don't know what the joke was, but this was not worth it. It looked like you dragged a dead body over my face. Yeah, It's finals week. At this point, I don't really know if this is the makeup or my own blood. I gotta say though, this lipstick does wonders. It is not coming off. Well, after that fiasco, I started studying for macro, and this consisted of me doing a lot of practice FRQs and just studying up on some basic terms I needed to know for the test. I did this for a couple hours until my head was swimming with graphs. Yo, shout out Crash Course and Khan Academy for carrying me this semester. Before studying for Latin, I wanted to de-stress a little bit, but I found out that Papa's Bakeria no longer supports Flash. I mean, could this day possibly get any worse? Well, it actually can't, because it's time for everyone's favorite segment of the day. Then I was on to Latin, where I mainly just read the textbook and tried to cram seemingly 17,000 tenses into my brain. I also broke my desk. I couldn't really tell you why I thought sitting on my desk was a good idea. I think it was because I needed some more footage. Give me a break, it was 2 a.m. That was a bad idea. Then I had to fix the desk that I had broken just 2 minutes prior, partially because I didn't really want to deal with it in the morning, partially because it was my desk and I still needed it, and also because I didn't really want my mom to get mad at me. I'm really sorry, Mom. But don't fret, Mama Maddie has it covered. After fiddling with it for a little bit, I managed to fix my desk so I could finally get back to conjugating my verbs. I worked on translations for about an hour until I looked up once and could only see imperatives and participles in my vision, so I decided to de-stress once more and play with my dogs. It was 3 a.m., but my dogs typically wake up at that time. I swear they're nocturnal. You could only see one of the dogs in the video because the other two were burrowed under their blankets. It's just because they're so long, and they have such short legs that they just burrow everywhere. Little fun fact for you, dachshunds were actually breeded to hunt badgers. Now, can you actually look at this dog and tell me it was breeded to hunt? I'm getting off track. Finally, I put some notes up on my ceiling of Latin and economic terms I need to know so I can wake up and see them before the test. It is currently 1 a.m. I just checked my grades and I got A's on both my finals. Well, good night.